It's another edition of the CFT Live for College Football 26 from BVG Studios. I am the other guy alongside my broadcast partner, Brownsville Gamer.
And it's Fresno State at Western Kentucky. Two teams that are facing off together as we move into round 3. For Fresno State, this is their third game going in as 2-0. They're on a 2-game winning streak, which is arguably the best that they've ever done since being in the CFT. And if they win today, it can be 3-0. For Western Kentucky, they're trying to go for their first win.
Well, I mean, like you said, Fresno State is making history right now. The last time we seen them in the previous tournament, they were, great of being defeated, but now they're on a winning streak, and let's see if they can continue that. And for Western Kentucky, this is very important. This is a do or die game. If they don't win this game, they are going to be mathematically eliminated from playoff contention.
Well, speaking of wins and losses for Fresno State, they defeated two really decent teams. They beat Oregon State 41-17 and SMU, a pretty close one, 16-14. So let's see, and this is a question for you. Is this a gimme for Fresno State in terms of winning this third game, or will Western Kentucky become the first team that'll pose as a challenge for Fresno State?
Honestly, I don't want to look past any opponent. But I don't know if you realize this, but this was the first game of the inaugural CFT tournament where West Kentucky was at Fresno State, and Fresno State lost badly at home.
And so right now, number 6 is able to get the first down.
Yeah, so this is a son of a revenge game. A lot of storylines going in here in this game because this is Fresno State's chance to get redemption, and all is on the line for Western Kentucky. But to answer your question in fully, I think they're going to play this game like they play under the game. They're going to play this game to the best of their ability and make adjustments when they can and don't take anybody lightly.
And the halfback is going to go in, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs, and they're going to strike blood first, and that's going to give them their first 6 points. So all that, perspective of what we need to see from Fresno State, well, they're starting to come off big with a really quick first 6 points for the Bulldogs.
And look who it is. It's the man himself,
Donaldson, the halfback number 6.
This man has single-handedly put this franchise and this school on his back for the last 2 games. I mean, the last game he had 5 touchdowns. Can he duplicate that today? I mean, what do you think Western Kentucky has to do to stop Fresno State's dangerous running game from the powers of Gillian and Donaldson?
Well, you got to stop the run, and that's a question I wanted to jump to you. With Fresno State, they're trying to avoid a 3-game winning streak. So to figure out what will it take to beat Fresno State, I mean, the impact players, the wide receiver number 17, Henry, they're going to have to try to do something with him and try to keep the ball on the ground. I don't know if their passing game is going to be something that's going to give Fresno State a run for its money. But if you notice, number 23 was able to get the first down, so that's going to put them at 1st and 10 at the 20, near 26. If they can try to go toe-to-toe in the running game alongside Fresno State's defense, we can have a shootout possibly. But if not, Fresno State can be that team that's going to try to go for 3-0 against a Western Kentucky.
Now, as far as Western Kentucky, I mean, like I said, their season is pretty much on the line here. If they don't come out here with a win, their season is pretty much over. So they got a lot to play for right now.
Well, keep in mind that for Western Kentucky, they had 2 pretty tough losses. Notre Dame, they lost to them 43-13, and Ole Miss 37-9. So these are 2 tough losses from really stellar programs. I would argue that both of these teams have a really good chance of making it to the playoffs. So for Western Kentucky, if they can't beat a Fresno State, and don't get me wrong, Fresno State is 2-0 and they're doing quite well, but if they can't beat Fresno State, I don't know if there's a team that they can possibly beat to demonstrate that they belong in the playoffs. Speaking of which, right now, Western Kentucky is going down the field. They're at the 23-yard line. Quarterback is staring and looking at number 14, gets the first down.
Takes a huge hit.
And now they're pretty much near the red zone. And if Western Kentucky wants to make a response, they're not going to do it on that play. That's going to be a loss of 5. So that puts them to 2nd and 15. And number 7 is going to try to see if they can throw it out in the air. Sees, number 81, and he's going to keep on moving. Gets to the first down, not enough for the touch. But that's going to put them right at the 1-yard line. I imagine that the halfback is going to try to sneak their way into the line of scrimmage for a possible touchdown. Instead, it's going to go up the middle, and that's going to be a Hilltoppers touchdown. And it looks like it's going to be a tied game, 7-7.
Well, it looks like it could be anybody's game now as the Hilltoppers get on the board. Now, for Fresno State, I mean, again, they've been playing lights out these last 2 games, and we're gonna see if they're gonna continue that trend. But what from what you've seen from Fresno State, how do you explain this phenomenon that they've been experiencing these last couple of weeks?
This is not your typical Fresno State. You know, one difference is they know how to take it on the ground. And we just saw another example of how that's true by Donaldson. As long as they can continue to just keep getting those quick first downs off the ground. I'm curious to see more of the passing game from Fresno State, but you're not going to fix what's not broken.
It's funny that you mentioned that because that's the one thing we haven't really seen that much. It's their passing game because, you know, they're running back university at this point.
I know.
As Donaldson gets another big
example of it. Look at number 6. He's going to try to make it at least for another 20, 25
and he's already
yards.
at 113 yards already over 7 rushes. That is ridiculous.
Fresno State is going to put it on the back of Donaldson for at least now if they're going to try to make some movement and maybe take back the lead. But let's look at that. Howard, number 17, tried to stop Donaldson, but right now Fresno State is all on the ground. Not a single passing yard yet from the first quarter, but over 100 yards from the ground.
I mean, I'm calling them running back universities for a reason because that's all they've been doing, but it's been working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. And right now it's 1st and 10 at the 29.
Oh, speaking of the
possible
pass.
passing play. And no, it's going to look like
oh my goodness! And that's gonna be
it's not gonna be a completed pass.
Oh man, the receiver
saw it in the air and they couldn't get much out of it.
I thought the receiver brung that down, but he just couldn't hold it in.
Keeps it at number 33.
Gillian.
And Gillian's gonna move for 3 yards. This is gonna be a crucial 3rd and 7 at the 26. It's gonna rely on the air. Gets it out there, airs it, and that's gonna be a first down. And now they're at the 9-yard line.
1st and goal. Direct snap to Donaldson, and he's going to take it in.
And that's going to be another Bulldogs touchdown.
And that's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day as he gets a direct snap right up the middle, and he does his gritty right on the end zone. And the Hilltoppers are not looking good right now. They're already down by a possession.
Fresno's going to make the extra point, and now they're up at 7. And for the Bulldogs, if they can sustain themselves, they will go 3-0. But for Western Kentucky, they're one of 3 teams that are at the edge of being eliminated from the tournament. There's Western Kentucky, they're facing Fresno State right now. There's Bowling Green, and they're going up against Penn State. And then there's Louisiana, they're going up against Tennessee. And that's a great loss. And it's now going to be 3rd and 19.
Jesus.
I mean, they're going to have to really do something big if they're going to try to get out of this deficit. But going back to what I was saying, there's Western Kentucky, Bowling Green, and Louisiana, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Looks like that ball is going back to Fresno State. Of the 3 teams, my question to you, that other guy, is, can any of these 3 teams survive round 3 for to continue a possible playoff run?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, I want to know it. Lay it down on me.
They're all done. They're done.
Bam!
Oh, no, he dropped
it. A touchdown.
Oh, man. Hey, can't say we not seeing the passing game again. They're going deep.
They're trying, but they're going to keep it on the ground, and that's going to gain back another first down for the Bulldogs.
But to answer your question, no, none of these teams are going to survive. I'm sorry. I can't see Bowling Green beating Penn State, and I damn sure can't see Louisiana, beating Tennessee. I don't see it. As Donaldson gets another ball, he's going to fight for the first.
And he will get it. And if Fresno State keeps playing the way they are, then Western Kentucky is going to fall as casualty and possibly.
Oh my goodness, it's going to be another one.
And he's going to make it for a touchdown again for the Bulldogs.
This man is almost at 200 yards rushing, and we're not even at halftime yet.
It is 20-7 with 2:53 remaining in the second quarter. And with another extra point, it's going to make it 21-7. That's a 2-possession game. And let's look at Brian Donaldson, again, the halfback number 6, holding on to the ball, sees open light and gets enough for the touchdown with that extra point. They're up by 14.
A 4-play, 51-yard drive, and once again, what the hell
I don't know
was
where
that?
that is, but that's going to be a flag. And it's going to give Western Kentucky decent field position. They're going to start at the 35-yard line. Actually, no, gain of 5 on that. That's going to be 40, near 41-yard line. And let's see what the Hilltoppers can do. Doesn't do anything. Stuck at the line of scrimmage.
All that spinning to go nowhere.
Stuck there. They're now 2nd and 10. Gives it to number 21, the halfback. That's going to be a gain of 7. Puts them 3rd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
I still can't believe Donaldson's already damn near at 200
Keeping
yards.
it on the ground, but doesn't get much traction, and that's going to be a 3 and out.
Western Kentucky really has to go into the half and get a different game plan, because what they're doing on the field right now is not working, and they're playing like their season's not on the line here.
Well,
As Gillian finally gets a touch here, and he loses a yard. And Gillian gets the ball back. He's going to fight, and he's going to get about... Oh, no. Oh, there was an injury timeout. Oh, it's 3rd and 5 now. What are they going to do here? They're going to pass it.
Throwing it deep.
Wait a minute.
Is there a connection? No. And that's going to be a 3 and out for Fresno State. This is going to be the first time that we see it punted back to Western Kentucky in a while.
And it's not looking good really for the quarterback for Fresno State. I mean, he's 3 for 4 right now. He's only completed 1 pass.
It's not that. Well, wait, you saying 3 for 4?
I mean, sorry, he's 1 for 4. I apologize. I apologize for that.
That's not bad.
He's 1 for 4. He's not doing great.
It is the first half though, so we should try to see if they can figure something out. But they're going to try to keep it up in the air. That's a big sack.
That's their 3rd sack on the quarterback for what? This guy, they don't have no O-line. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't have no O-line. He's not protecting the quarterback. And he's going to get stuck.
Collapses again. That's going to be a loss of 7. And that's 4. That's going to be 4 consecutive plays when they try to go in the air.
Hey,
they couldn't capitalize.
Young man, shut your stuff. If you get the quarterback twice back-to-back plays, you can do all the push-ups you want.
Last 4 passing plays didn't amount to much. And now it gives the ball back to the Bulldogs. And again, they're up by 14.
With 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
Gives it to Donaldson. Makes it about 5 yards. It's now 2nd and 5. Back to Donaldson.
He's going to get the first.
Going to get enough of the first. Clock still running at 60. Oh, stops at 17 seconds left.
Fresno State did take a timeout.
And now with 2 timeouts to go, they're going to throw it in the air and gets it out just in time to avoid a possible sack.
It's 2nd and 10, 13 seconds left to go. Let's see what they're going to do here. Looks like another passing play. Looks like they're going to try to get points before the half. He drops back the pass. He's going to take it deep.
Bam!
He gets it. Wow.
That's going to be a big first down for the Bulldogs.
They take a timeout. They're going to
stop him with 7 seconds.
Which is smart. They're going to get the field goal unit out to get some points before half.
And they're going to do it from nearly the 20-yard line.
So there should be a chip shot here for the kicker. E.J. Warren, he's finally getting some momentum going.
I was asking when are we going to see some really massive plays on the passing end.
43-yard
Here's the example that we were looking for.
Should be a chip shot here.
Attempting for 3. That should make the upright.
No, it didn't make it.
And it hits the post. And that is a lost opportunity from the Bulldogs. Talk about a great drive that didn't amount to much.
Yeah, I mean, it doinked off the other one, but they're still up by 2 possessions, so it's not that bad. As we go to halftime, it is now 21-7 Fresno State.
Look at Donaldson, man, the sophomore, putting up numbers of 184 rush yards for 3 touchdowns, averaging 14 yards a touch with 13 attempts. It's all Donaldson.
This man almost have 200 yards, and we're only at halftime.
Look at one example of why he is a sensational player for the Bulldogs. You said it already. He has put a winning record on his back, and if he keeps playing the way he's playing, it could be a possibility for the Bulldogs making it to a playoff game.
I call him running back university for a reason. Between him and Gillian, I mean, they are single-handedly running this Fresno State offense. And let's not get it twisted. Their defense is also a big reason why they're undefeated as well. Let's not just put it on the offense.
14 points as Western Kentucky gets the ball back as we're in the second half. Right now, goes to number 21, doesn't gain much, just a gain of a yard. Back to number 21 once again.
Oh, my goodness.
They just lost what they gained, so they're back down.
I'm surprised he didn't lose a teeth after that. He got slammed.
3rd and 10, throws it deep, gets it, and number 14 is going to keep on going for more, and that's going to be a Hilltoppers first down.
They get to
by McGraver.
They get by midfield. It's now 1st and 10.
McGraver, 82 overall with an 86 awareness.
No relations to MacGyver.
Right now is trying to make themselves go down the field.
And
scanning. Stays in the pocket.
My goodness.
Should have been an interception by number 22.
Interception. That should have been a pick 6. I know he's killing himself that he didn't get there right now.
Got to get those when you got the chance. Gives redemption, but doesn't do much with it. And now it's 3rd and 10. At the 47-yard line.
Like I said to you earlier, the Hilltoppers have to make adjustments. And they and the ball is out.
The ball is loose. And the defense recovers the ball. It's the Bulldogs' possession now. Can they capitalize from that forced fumble?
Oh, look at these fans. They are in shock.
If you are Western Kentucky, you're saying to yourself, this is not the position that you need to be, especially when you're down 14. Let's look at the linebacker right here, Freeman. And right there, knew that the quarterback couldn't go anywhere and took advantage of it.
Stadium post is through the roof and the crowd.
The defensive end, by the way, Corey Foreman.
They're trying to get the team back into it. As Donaldson gets the ball, he is going to fight. Oh my goodness!
And he has open room, and that's another touchdown for the Bulldogs.
His 3rd touchdown of the day. He is over 200 yards. This man cannot be stopped.
It is now 27-7.
He is strutting his stuff as rightfully so, young man. You can do whatever you want when you got 3 touchdowns.
Up by 20. And let's look at Brian Donaldson again. I'm telling you, he's an early favorite for player of the game. And this is why. Just shrugs him off, sees the open lane, and just says goodbye. And with that extra point, they're now up by 21. It's 28-7 Fresno State.
This is unbelievable. I mean, dare I say they're playing better than the last game they played. I mean, Donaldson is unstoppable.
I mean, if this is not a stop for Fresno State, they might be marching it
they might have something
to a possible 3-0, but Western Kentucky is going to try to put a stop to it, and they're going to need to do it now. They're at the 48-yard line, gets it to number 21, the halfback.
Goodness.
Doesn't gain anything. It's a loss of 1.
2nd and 11 with 3:16 left to go in the 3rd. Western Kentucky got to get something going now because time
is 21, and again, going backwards, a loss to 2.
As you can see, time is really not on their side. They got to start doing something now, or their season is pretty much done.
With less than 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, 3rd and 13, keeps staring, throws it deep,
nothing.
Doesn't get anything out of it, and it's going to be a 3-and-out.
Great job by the corner by staying on his man and swatting that ball away.
Taking possession of that control, and now it's going to go back to the Bulldogs. Sticking to the ground game, goes to Donaldson.
And he gets about
now
2.
We got an injury timeout from Fanoa, and we're going to see if Fanoa is going to be back. Maybe they'll be back in time for a few plays in this current drive. But right now it's 2nd and 9. Gets it back to Donaldson. Donaldson's not going to get much. In fact,
gain of 2.
Stays in the line of scrimmage. And with bruised ribs, it looks like Fanoa might be staying in the game. And honestly, if you're up by 21, they don't need to do it.
And another great catch.
Deep one, and that was caught by Advid.
Man,
number 84.
Man, this quarterback, he's finally getting the most momentum going, and he's going it deep. This is great.
EJ Warren again. Warner is looking great in the air right now, sees it, and he was like, you know what? He got to get open.
47-yard pass.
And 84 was able to catch it. They're now at the 22-yard line.
Action.
Throws it again.
And he gets hit.
Good enough that he was able to throw it out. I was concerned that was going to be for a sack. But now stays to the ground. Gets it. Gillian, number 33.
He's going to get the first.
Stays to the left, and that's going to be a first down.
Gillian gets a touch here. Donaldson's back in the game. 28-7, 1:33 left to go in the 3rd. This is not looking good for the Hilltoppers as the Bulldogs are in the red zone. Back to Donaldson, and Donaldson's going to go nowhere.
And that's just going to be a gain of 1. It's now 2nd and 9. Possible play action.
Let's see here. Oh, what the hell?
to Donaldson, but was confused on the route.
I think it was a miscommunication, and it's going to be 3rd and 11.
That was a loss to 2. Keeps it in
But
the air.
it's not going to matter.
That's not going to matter because that's another Bulldogs touchdown. And let me tell you something. In terms of the score, 34-7, this is the highest that we've seen the Bulldogs get before they get to the fourth quarter.
Western Kentucky, their season hangs in a balance, and it's like they're not even trying.
And
It's
the way
not-
this is going, I don't know if Western Kentucky has what it takes to try to get back in the game. And if they can do something about it, they're going to have to do it now with 49 seconds to go in the third quarter.
This is not good. They got to do something. And the quarterback, I'm going to get sacked
Green
again.
up to the gives it to 23. And that's going to be a gain of 6. It's now 2nd and 4.
Let's see what they're going to do here. It's going to be another hand. Oh, no, it's play action. And
Stays
the
in the
quarterback
pocket.
gets sacked again.
And doesn't gain much. That's, in fact, a loss of 5. It's now 3rd and 9. Again, a very crucial play on this drive. He's going to throw it out there.
And he gets sacked
but
again.
couldn't get the ball out. And that's another sack. And that puts him to 4th and 17. And yeah, that's another 3 and out. And for Fresno State, they're going to have pretty good field position as we move into the fourth and final quarter.
They're not making any adjustments. Why are they not? Do they not like their quarterback?
And makes it up to the 50. And they're going to stay right there, right at midfield as we move to the fourth and final quarter.
It looks like pretty much as we get ready for the fourth that, as we look at the stats here, it's not even. Look at it, minus 17.
Their
yards
running
rushing.
game is abysmal. They're trying to survive out in the air, but they're not getting any major plays that's resulting in touchdowns. So even if they're throwing it out there, they're not gaining anything as a result of it.
Look, at this point, they might as well get ready for midterms because this is pretty much.
This is going to be a very tough quarter for the Hilltoppers. Right now, the Bulldogs have possession.
Another play
They're
action
up by
pass.
28. Play action gets it.
No, drop.
And that's unfortunately a drop. I thought that was a completed pass.
Donaldson goes
Keeps it
nowhere.
to Donaldson, but was stuck, and that's a loss of 4. 3rd and long at the 43. And it looks like he's going to step back to pass. The quarterback's throwing it deep, and it's not going to connect. And that's going to be a quick 3 and out, which is something rare that I have said for Western Kentucky.
Well, West Kentucky, they got to try to get some points here. It's 4:29 left to go in the final
Try to
quarter.
lower the
And
deficit here, but that's not going to happen. They're stuck at the line of scrimmage.
They need to stop running the ball.
Dig out of
It
this
hasn't
hole.
worked. It hasn't been working.
And
another-
again, couldn't do anything
loss of
there.
2.
A loss of 2 already, 3rd and long. Can they get something
And the
here?
quarterback and another-
And that's
oh my-
another fumble. And the Bulldogs, again for the second time, will get the ball back from a forced fumble.
This game is over.
That's it. That's it.
And Donaldson gets another.
That's it. And that's another touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Oh, that wasn't even Donaldson.
Excuse me, number 5, actually. Not Donaldson. But you know what? Who cares?
Doesn't matter. Like the game
This
is
game
over.
is over. They're going to get the extra point, hopefully. That's going to put them to 42-7. That other guy, that was Josiah Freeman.
The wide receiver.
You have made it so that way this game is out of reach for the Hilltoppers. A 1-play, 6-yard, 3-second drive. That's it. It's over. We can talk about other things. How's your weekend?
Oh, we can.
This is the day after Halloween. Did you, enjoy yourself for Halloween?
I had to work.
Oh, well, it's tough. Trick or treat, right? But who cares? I think we
Do
can.
you have? We'll
talk
talk
about
about it
other
next.
things.
We'll talk about that in extra time.
Oh,
but
really?
let's get to what's the future matchups that we have in store coming soon.
Well, look, we got this Indiana game that's coming up. That's going to be against Boise State. I think that for Indiana is trying to demonstrate themselves as a team most likely to make it to maybe a semifinal. And who knows? If they're playing hot, they're rolling in as the second best team in the game, and they are walking in undefeated. So if they win this game, similar to what's going to happen to Fresno State is 3-0, Indiana is 3-0. I don't think Ohio State is going to lose their third game.
No.
They're going to be 3-0. I think Texas is another team that could potentially.
Oh my God, Donaldson's going in.
Donaldson, again, demonstrating that they're just invincible with a very critical first down. And I say critical because it just adds more salt to the wound.
And I think Donaldson's done for the day because Gilliam is in now.
Get him out of here. Now, Gilliam, whom I thought we're going to see a lot early in the game, he's going to get his time to shine. Gains about a couple of yards there.
Yeah.
And it's now 2nd and goal at the 6. Gets it back to Gilliam. That's going to be a gain of 2. It's now 3rd and goal at the 4. We're going to see Gilliam carry it again. Gets it to number 33.
And he's going to get in.
Has enough space. And now Gilliam is going to demonstrate that he can put 6 on the board. Another Bulldogs touchdown. It is 48-7.
Don't with these frames. Why y'all still here? The game is over.
Point, it's going to be 49. And let's look at Elijah Gilliam.
I think that's going to be a second touchdown.
Sweeps to the right, no one home. And that was an easy dive for the 6. Here comes the extra point. A 4-play, 45-yard, less than 60-second drive by the Bulldogs. And like I said before, we can just put this to bed. It's great that we're still watching this like we care, but we all know this game ended a quarter ago. Maybe even 2 quarters ago.
And the game was over by halftime. We ain't talking about a quarter. This game was over.
No, if it was a quarter ago, then that's the 3rd. If you're saying it's 2 quarters ago, sure, it's the half. But what I'm saying is we can both agree that Western Kentucky couldn't hold a candle to Fresno State, and it shows. They're trying to get something out of it. Number 17, close to the first down, but just inches away.
This is just
3rd and inches. They should be able to plug it in quick. Gets it to 85. That's going to be a first down. But who cares at this point? There's just not enough time for them to make some sort of a miraculous recovery for a possible win. It's all over as we make it to the 2-minute warning.
Well, Fresno State is about to go 3-0, and they are
first time ever.
I can't believe I'm about to say this.
They're playoff eligible, man.
They are 1 win away for punching their ticket into the playoffs. And they might be the first team to be qualified already. We'll talk about, we're going to go to extra time. We'll talk about this more in extra time.
And that's another 3-and-out for the Hilltoppers.
I have so much to say about this team, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Fresno State's going to get the ball back near the 35. And 11's going to keep on going, makes it near the 40-yard line at the 38.
They'll probably just take a couple of runs and that's it.
All they need to do is just let the clock run. They have nothing more they need to demonstrate.
Kentucky's not taking no time. They're not doing nothing. Gilligan gets the ball. He's going to get about a few. It's 3rd and 5.
2 yards. It's now 3rd and 5. Keeps it to the wide receiver was just not even available for that. But it doesn't even matter. With the amount of time that's left on the clock, they're going to get it. Western Kentucky's going to get it near the 40. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 40. With 37 seconds left, we're probably going to see maybe 2 to 3 plays from Western Kentucky. That's the first. With 27 seconds left, they're going to throw it in the air. Gets it out, but nobody was home. So now it's 3rd and 8. Third play in this, whatever this is in the last few moments of the game. Gets it to number 21. Could possibly get 5 yards, maybe less than that. And that's, again, another 3-and-out. And with about close to 10 seconds left, once 11 gets the ball, that's going to pretty much be it. And Fresno State takes the knee, and Fresno State has now moved up to 3-0 as they won their 3rd consecutive game, 49-7. Donaldson, player of the game with 255 rushing yards with 20 attempts with 4 amazing touchdowns. He's player of the game.
Well, folks, this was just an absolute rout. This wasn't even I can't even fathom what we just watched. But Fresno State are 1 win away. Well, folks, it's time to take it from live action to in-studio action. It's time for extra time.
So, how do you want to take this? I mean, this is a big moment for Fresno State.
Do you want to start with the winner or the loser?
Well, let's start with Fresno State. Fresno State is now 3-0, and given where they are now, they just need 1 more game, and they can possibly do something that they have never thought they can be in, and that's a playoff spot.
I have to say, Fresno State has surprised me. I can't believe that they are one win away from clinching the playoff berth. It's not just that. Fresno State is like a well-oiled machine. I mean, from special teams to the defense to the corners to the wide receivers to the lines.
I mean,
to,
yes, yes, you give love to a lot of those players and their respective personnel, but let's be honest here. It's the running game.
Oh yeah, running back
as the number one reason why Fresno State is in the position that they're in. It's not even the fact that they have a great running game. It's the fact that they're putting up big scores against their opponents. Again, keep in mind, Fresno State, they beat SMU in a very tightly contested game. But when they had a team like Oregon State, which, by the way, Oregon State is in the top 5, and they were able to put up 41-17. Now we look at Western Kentucky, not exactly Oregon State, but they embarrassed Western Kentucky. And now, going into their 4th game, 3-game winning streak, putting up big numbers, they might not just make it to the playoffs, but they might actually get a high seed making it into the playoffs.
Outside the last game, they're blowing teams out. Outside the last close game they had with SMU, they're blowing teams out. This is not, okay, they're winning, by the skin of their teeth. No, they're blowing teams out by 20, by 30.
Western Kentucky, I will safely say, is a top 4 team in this tournament. They are, yes, statistically they would be. They would be one of 4 teams that are still undefeated.
So then why did they eliminate it?
I'm talking about, Fresno State. I got that confused. So edit that, please. But anyway, no, I'm talking about Fresno State. Fresno State will be officially within the top 4 teams in the tournament. That is not just a testament to, they're winning games, but they're winning games at a high level where, guess what? We can put them on the same level, believe it or not, dare I say it, you can put them on the same level as Ohio State. You can put them on the same level as Texas. You can put them on the same level now as Indiana if Indiana wins their 3rd game. When you're in that position, it's safe to say it's not whether or not they can make it to the playoffs, but now it's a question of how far can Fresno State go? Are we seeing a moment in Fresno history that can be a big one, a national championship one? Or am I talking too early?
I don't want to count my eggs, excuse me, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. But we can safely say that Fresno State, everything works out, are playoff bound. Now, let's focus on, we're going to get back to Fresno State, but let's lean on to Western Kentucky. I mean, unfortunately,
they shot the bed. I'm going to just call it for what it is. I'm not going to even sugarcoat it.
I wish we could pull up the stats from their inaugural tournament. I don't think they won.
They didn't win much, but again, the past 2 teams prior to Fresno State are teams that are coming from the power conferences that I just don't think they could have stood a chance anyway. Notre Dame, please. Old Miss, not even close. And now you look at Fresno State and the type of damage that they've lost. It's not the fact that they're losing, but their point differential is god awful, right? At this point, they've allowed over 30 points. And, there's not, they didn't allow over 30 points, a hell of a lot more. But they've only gained about 30 points if you were to combine their 3 matchups. So they're not able to generate offense. Their defense is terrible. They're allowing way too much from their opponents.
Defense is non-existent. Fuck terrible.
I mean, there's just no way. And we can say, statistically speaking, Western Kentucky will not make it to the playoffs. Now it's a question of, can they end the season with a winning, technically a decent record? Could they go at least 3-3, or do you see them going less than that?
I see them not winning a game. I mean, they can play spoiler because now since they're mathematically eliminated, they can possibly play spoiler to other teams because now they don't have nothing to play for. They're just here to basically just have a good time at this point. Right. I don't see them really. Can you really honestly see them winning another game? Maybe. Depends on who they face next.
I think Western Kentucky could possibly beat a Bowling Green, maybe Bowling Green.
I mean, you know, it's funny that you mentioned Bowling Green. These are all these teams.
Maybe Louisiana. Maybe.
Like I said, Western Kentucky, if they win a game, I'll be shocked. But now they're just here to have fun because they have nothing to play for. And what a revenge for Fresno State. Not only to exercise the demons to beat the team that basically started the downward spiral in the inaugural tournament, they massacred them. They basically just undo everything from the first tournament. And now look at them now. I mean, if you would have told me that Fresno State of all teams not only would be undefeated, but one win away from the playoffs, I'd have told you you're fucking crazy because look at what we experienced in the inaugural tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, they were losing
Long
games
time ago.
but it's relevant to this now.
Yeah.
All those games that they lost outside that Maryland game that went to overtime has lost by double digits. One game they got completely shut out. Completely shut out. Didn't score not 1 point. And I think that was against Bowling Green. And now we fast forward a couple of tournaments later, and now they're undefeated. And now they got a running back and now they're playoff bound. I mean, what a turnaround. And the thing about it is we didn't see this coming because we're expecting Fresno State to once again be the laughingstock of the tournament and be a doormat and a free game for everybody else. And now you got to come here with your A game. And mind you, they're dangerous on the road. Yep. They're dangerous at home. It doesn't matter where they play. They are ready, and they're here to show now their ultimate test could be coming soon because some people may say they've had a cupcake kind of, way to get here. But I'm not going to take that away from Fresno State. That'd be unfair.
Well, look, if that's true, then they should be able to run the table, right? They are now possibly one of four, possibly, Indiana's going to have to do their job if they're going to try to hold on with an undefeated record. But they're going in as a top four team. And if they manage to stay within the top four, they'll make it to the quarterfinals. They'll get their first game. They get to play at home with a home field advantage, or at least they'll have home field designation advantage. And where do they go from here? Who knows? It is really nice to see a mid-major. It's not every day at the CFT that a mid-major is amongst the top four. Is this tournament's Troy? Or are they even better than that? Because Troy, I believe, went 4-2 going into the playoffs in their run.
Yeah, we saw how that turned out. But I think they're better than Troy because Troy lost 2 games.
Yeah.
But Troy was the Cinderella story. That's what it was until they got
and Fresno State isn't a Cinderella run, or because this is
it can
night and day, man.
It can be, but we need to see after because their next opponent is UConn. Now I don't want to say that's a gimme because UConn made it to the tournament, but I think if they close that game out and now qualify for the playoffs, I think, and I'm going to go on a limb here, I could be wrong here, they might be the team to beat. Because, and mind you, this is a tournament that has Ohio State. This is a tournament that has Georgia. This is a tournament that has Penn State. This is a tournament that has Oregon. And we're sitting here talking about Fresno State, a mid-major from the Mountain West, who could possibly win the table. I'm here for it.
Well, look, if you think this was exciting, then stick around. We still have a lot more of round 3 play to show to you. And by the time we finish the 6 preliminary rounds, we will now figure out the 8 teams that will play in the national quarterfinals, and we'll guide you through those pairings once that happens. But we still got a long way to go as we move through the CFT tournament. So with that being said, I am the BVG, the Brownsville Gamer, alongside that other guy, thanking you for watching the CFT. Remember, if you like what you saw, always feel like you can leave a comment with us. We'll love to hear your thoughts. And as always, we want more and more folks to subscribe, like our content. This is the CFT on the BVG. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night, folks.
So long.